Hello folks, it is I, Napalm, and we're going to do another showcasing on the game Batman Arkham Knight. This time we're going to do the Flashpoint suit. I gotta say that this was actually like a really good suit. I didn't know what the hell Flashpoint was at the time, because I was barely getting into the comics, and old comics in general, and a friend of mine told me like, read Flashpoint, that's a really good one. And I read it, and when I read it I was just like, holy crap, this is actually really good. And so I looked on Arkham Knight, and I just thought, oh, the Flashpoint costume, they have that. I definitely want to try it out. It's definitely really cool. I really like the design that went in it. The only downside is the cape. I mean, looking at it now, it's just kind of like tucked away back behind his shoulders, and it's kind of like, it's just like really, really thin. And worst of all is like, let me show you. When you glide, I mean, look, it doesn't even stretch out that far. You can still see his hands, and it's just, it looks really goofy. It doesn't really look that menacing. It doesn't look like, like a menacing Batman. I feel like, I don't know what the hell happened there. It's just like, it's something that they could have easily fixed, because this just looks really silly. I was just like, he's just like a little kid and someone's holding him and he's just flying around like yeah, sorry about that. Just to set an example, that's literally the thing that I get in my mind. It's just like a little boy just, in his imagination flying around Gotham. In real life, his parents just holding him and flying him around. Um, Yeah, that's the thing I get. So I was just like, I don't think I want to do a walkthrough of this. I did post in one video though that I would do one when the Flashpoint trailer came out. I got to get rid of that though, because people are gonna hold on to me for that. They'll be like, "Hey, there's the Flashpoint trailer. You promised us a Flashpoint walkthrough." I'm like, oh shit. Well, promises were meant to be broken. They're not indestructible, so sorry about that. All right, so before we get on to our whole Batman spiel, usually I go on with a little personal story. Usually I don't even know though. Well, first of all, it's just like I haven't posted videos in a while, mostly because I've been busy drawing though, actually. I mentioned that before, that I'm going back to school, and well, if, for some reason hopefully they didn't go back to withdrawing my college applications. Um, but I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go up for under graphic design. And I just been drawing a lot. I want to practice ahead of time because I'm not very good. I'm good at drawing, but I want to say that I'm good at like drawing when I see something. Like if I was just like, hey, can you draw me Boba Fett? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And then I gotta look at a Boba Fett picture, and I can draw good in terms of like recreating it. So I've been trying to get like really well in terms of from memory though. I draw comics, I draw like little cartoon stuff like that, but also then I just gotta learn how to draw better. I gotta draw facial features, anatomical poses, all that stuff. So I've been doing a lot of that. I've been improving. I've definitely been improving. I've been posting it up for friends, and it's just there's a lot of improvement that with each picture. There's something that gets improved day by day. So I'm really glad for that. So that's what I've been busy on. As well as that, I've been busy with work. Work has been really, racking me up, but thankfully we have our old manager back. He's giving me back my like 4 to 5 hours. We had a previous one, temporary, and she was giving me like fucking 8 hours. I mean, that's, for someone who's just like, oh, that's great. Not for me though. It was just too long. It was just usually days at our store. It's like very, very slow. So yeah, it was really agonizing. There's that, and then there's also the fact that there's this, you know, there's like I encountered one guy. Um, I wouldn't say he's a friend because we haven't really hung out, or I don't really know him that well. But I've worked with him before though, and he's actually really nice and friendly. But yeah, he's been trying to like hang out with me or something like that, and I'm just like trying to every chance I get avoid him. The thing is, he's really nice, but I'm making myself sound horrible though. But it was it's in a way it's kind of the point. He's kind of getting creepy though, because today like um yeah, today today like he went like by one of my coworkers stores. She works at another store closely, somewhat close near the store that I work at. And he sent me a message. It was just like, hey, I went to visit this girl, and she seems to be doing fine. Now I'm gonna go after you, ha ha ha. And I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm actually off today. I wasn't off, but I actually got off like early though. I was at home when I got the text. I was like, ah, ha, ha, yeah, that's funny. I'm not there though, actually, so maybe next time. And he's like, oh, dang, LOL. And yeah, I'm just like, God, I really don't want to encounter that. It's just, I don't know. That's what I've been going through, actually. It's just, he's a really nice guy, but there's just some people that you really just are not very compatible, you know, just like, there's some people that you have great chemistry with that you can naturally talk to them and it feels like, you know, very cool, very friendly. And it's just like you just like being around this person though. Or you don't even have to say anything and still you feel comfortable. And then there's some people that, you know, they're just like they're friendly, they're nice, they're like the nicest person ever. But you just have no chemistry with them though, actually. It's just like there's nothing really going on between you and you're kinda like for the most part when you're hanging out with them though you're just kind of putting on a courtesy smile or like the kindest face you can get and it's just like it could only last for so long and that's kind of what I feel like I would be doing with this guy. I've done that before when I've hung out with some people though and I'll just see smile like yeah 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 when's the check getting here. um and yeah, and then I'm pretty sure some people have done that with me, you know, like they don't like hanging out with me, or they just like, you know, they're just like, oh, you know, this guy's nice, but you know, we just don't want to hang out with him. You know, that's understandable. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's fine. You know, I totally understand. I'll just burn your house down later. But yeah, I don't know. There's only so long that I can avoid this guy, though. I just try to like make my answers short. So yeah. So hopefully that day won't come. Hopefully he'll forget about me altogether and just find someone else to want to hang around and call his BFF. Anyways, let's get down to talking to Batman. Let's talk about the Flashpoint, though, actually. Um, I gotta say that, well, in terms of, like, the Flash, I really like the Flash storyline. I've been reading the Rebirth series. Um, like, like I said before, like, the first comics that I started collecting was Batman and the Flash, because a friend of mine, I should be fighting people, by the way. Really showcase this suit. My friend, like, I remember he sent me, like, a photo of, the button, the lenticular covers, and they look really great, and that's what really made me want to get into comic collecting. And so I started like collecting Batman from the first issue as well as the Flash. And I gotta say that out of the two, I really like the Flash a little more. Um, I've been watching the CW series as well. I think it's okay, but it's a little corny. I mean, it's a CW show. What do you expect? Um, it's okay, but you know, it kind of does fall on the corny side though. With like, you know, sometimes there's like a little too much drama, or there's like overacting, or people are trying to show like certain emotions, but they don't do a really good job at it. Um, but it's still entertaining to watch, though. Actually, I still watch it. But I gotta say, out of the Rebirth series, I really like the Flash for many reasons. One of them is the art style, though. Like Carmine D something, it's D something or something like that. It's like Carmine and then it's DI, and I forgot his last name, but I really like his art style for what he does with the Flash. A lot of people don't like it. The thing with his art style is it's not neat. I don't know if I should say that. It's like it's not like where the lines are like, you know, like everything is within the lines, you know, they're colored within the lines. It's like very like, you know, like there's some lines, there's some like rough sketch lines that are still there on the characters, but I actually really like that in terms of like in general and with this series, because it's the Flash. He's always moving. He's always going to be moving. Everything's moving at a fast pace, and I think it works really well with this art style though. So I really like this guy's artwork for this though. Actually, I always get bummed out when there's an issue mostly for like a filler and it's not that guy though, and it's just like, oh man, this doesn't have the same feel for the Flash. But yeah, I really enjoy this guy's artwork. So yeah, definitely give him a shot though. Like, I don't know his full name. Don't I have a comic line around here? Hold on everyone, hold on. Let's wait for everyone to beat me up. Alright, I've got a comic. Alright, Di Giandomenico. Okay, it's Carmine Di Giandomenico. Okay, I can't pronounce that, but definitely worth looking him up. I really like his art style, and I mentioned it before that I also like George Jimenez's art style. He does the artwork for Super Sons and a bunch of Superman comics. His is really great. I gotta say that he's like my all-time favorite comic book artist. and whenever I'm trying to like practice drawing or doing coloring, I always look for his stuff as a reference. So definitely check out his work. It's really, really worth checking out. But Flashpoint, it was one of the first Flash comics or volumes that I actually read, and I liked it. I wouldn't say it's like, it's just like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing. It's like the best thing I've ever read. Well, it's like, I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, it's like the best thing I've ever read. I was balls deep in it. But it was actually a very good read. I gotta say, I liked it better than The Killing Joke. And once again, a lot of people hate me for that, but it's just a personal preference. But yeah, Flashpoint, it was definitely something new. It involved time travel, it involved alternate realities. It was definitely something. I think what I enjoyed more is just the whole like alternate reality of like the what if more, because it's just like, like what if Batman, was actually Bruce's father, or like, Superman was this person, or if Wonder Woman and Aquaman went to war with each other. It was definitely a lot of those things that really, really made me interested in the Flashpoint universe though. The whole time travel thing, it's like I'm not very persnickety about time travel though, and like I really I'm not one of those people just like, oh, that's not possible, because like, like if he did this, then how happens to that. There's some things where I'm just like, I can bend some rules, that doesn't really matter to me. But it's just depending on just like what they do with it or something like that. Like if they can't explain like why something is or something like that, that's kind of why I stopped watching Doctor Who. I used to watch Doctor Who. I remember when it first came out. I watched the Christopher Eccleston, and if that's how you pronounce his last name, and then David Tennant, which was great. And then I watched Matt Smith's run, and I didn't really like his that much, to be honest. It was just really, yeah, that's when I started to fall out of the fan wagon for Doctor Who. And after that, when it came to God, what's his name? I don't know his name. It's the old guy. I just fell out of it. I didn't even watch his season at all, but I was just like, yeah, I'm not into this anymore. But yeah, it's not a really biggie to me, but definitely Flashpoint was really great. I really like Thomas Wayne. He had a really cool costume. Again, they really missed the mark with this guy's cape, though. If they would have fixed the cape, I think this costume would be perfect. It would probably be one of my second favorites, but unfortunately, they really messed that up. So, what are you gonna do? But yes, so Flashpoint, I'm pretty sure, like, I'll spoil it for those of you who read it, or for those of you who haven't, though, but yeah. Like, Thomas Wayne, he's Batman instead of Bruce Wayne. The Flash teams up with him to find Superman in order to stop the war between, I think it's Aquaman, it is, yeah, and Wonder Woman. And, I kind of forgot, like, the entire thing about it, though, but it's really good, I gotta say. At the end of it, Thomas Wayne, well, like that universe, the Flashpoint universe, like gets erased from what I remember, and yeah. But then there's the animation though, and it kind of like adds a little bit more stuff to it. Like Martha Wayne, like Thomas Wayne's wife, she becomes the Joker after being like so distraught with the loss of their son, and I thought that was actually really cool. And they have done like solo spin-offs for like the Flashpoint universe, such as like for Thomas Wayne, but they don't, it's only like a mention though. They don't go full out on it though. From what I've read, and I've actually gone to my comic shop and flipped through the pages, and I just like, yeah, this is right. They barely show Thomas Wayne and female Joker interacting that much, so that's actually a really big disappointment. That would have been really, really great to see, but unfortunately, they didn't do much with that. So definitely not worth picking up the solo Flashpoint series though, or at least for the Batman ones though. You'll be disappointed, but it's always good to at least see the interaction with that. But in the Rebirth series, the Flashpoint Batman makes a comeback. They find the comedian's button. Batman finds it, and he's just observing it. He's just like wondering what the hell this is about, why it's causing so much radiation, or what it's about. And then out of nowhere, Eobard Thawne comes out, the Reverse Flash, and he starts beating him up and stuff like that, and then he grabs the button and he gets teleported somewhere, and then he comes back like half disintegrated, because it's Dr. Manhattan. They don't know it's Dr. Manhattan, but the reader does know. For whoever's familiar with Watchmen, they definitely know that's Dr. Manhattan. So I kind of forgot what the arc is about though. Like, to be honest, but I know that they go back in time, or they go to another alternate reality where Bruce Wayne meets his father, Thomas Wayne, though, because actually Eobard Thawne like destroys the letter that Thomas Wayne writes to Bruce, and so they go to the Flashpoint series, the Flashpoint era. I forgot why. Again, I got to read that again. And Bruce meets his father Thomas, and they exchange some words, and then he's just like, "No, you got to get out of here. You got to go back to your own timeline." And they leave, and I think the Flashpoint universe disappears once again. Um, yeah, I forgot all about what the button is about, but I gotta say it was really interesting. It was definitely the arc that got me into comics, so definitely catch up on reading on that. But yeah, yeah, that was a really good arc. And then there's like Superman. Well, it's not the Flashpoint era, but other references to the Button or like the Watchmen era was the action Superman action comics. It's when again, spoilers again. This whole video is a big spoiler. It's when Superman, like, there's this one guy like harassing Superman or just like interfering with his life or his enemies, who calls himself Mr. Oz. And then like Superman finds him and is like, "Who the hell are you? Why are you interfering with my life? And why are you doing all these things?" And it turns out that Mr. Oz is actually Clark Kent's father. Jor-El, though. Clark Kent's actual Krypton name is Kal-El, I believe. And yeah, his father is actually alive because there was like some entity or some strong being that kept him alive for a reason. And so yeah, he's now like, he kind of like Clark Kent, he falls into Earth. He falls in like, I think it's like somewhere like Haiti or somewhere. It's one of those Eastern European countries, that's like in poverty, but it's like during like, there's like drug lords, taking over the villages and taking from them, though. And Jor-El is amongst them, and he just sees that there's like cruelty in the world, there's evil everywhere, and he wants to take Superman away from this world and into like a new world where it's just based on superheroes. So it's definitely a good read. If I were to talk about it, we would spend hours about it, though. But I really liked it, though. It definitely like makes some references to like the Watchmen, though, and hopefully they'll include it in Doomsday Clock. That's what I'm kind of worried about, though. Like barely we're like on the 4th issue of the 12th series for Doomsday Clock, and so far it's good. But like, as I mentioned before, to some people, though, I'm just really worried of how it's going to end, because usually, like, for some comic series or even TV shows as well, at the most, they do like a really great job, throughout the season. And it's just like, like bam, left and right, episode after episode, everything is great, but it's not until like the last episode where they wrap things up really bad. They don't leave you really satisfied. It's just like, you're just like, after like the episode ends, you're just like, that's it? Isn't there more? And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen to Doomsday Clock. I just really wish that they're going to be able to answer all our questions, that all our anticipations are met. And that's also what I fear with Batman White Knight. It's the one where Joker becomes a good guy. And the last issue is going to be released in May, and it's going to be the last one. So I'm actually really worried. Hopefully they'll tie everything in together or give us a really good ending, though, because that series has actually really been good, which I really like. So fingers crossed they give us a proper good ending that'll leave us satisfied. I spoke to someone that they were reading the Metal series. I don't know if you guys have read that. It's like DC Metal. I'm not too familiar with that. I've never read it at all, but I heard it's really good, but it didn't end so well. It just, like, again, it just left people wanting with more, or they just weren't satisfied with the ending. They wanted something really good, and the writers didn't deliver, so that was a disappointing thing. So I gotta read Metal one of these days, but I'll be the one to judge to see how the ending is, though. But there's actually like one TV series that I've actually like that comes to mind now that we're talking about, like, like shows that were so good but they ended really bad, and that show is Gravity Falls. And again, I have like a lot of opinions. I feel like that a lot of people like that goes against everyone else's opinions, though. Like, I feel like Gravity Falls is like a beloved series, though, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of people, when they heard me say it, was just like, I didn't like the finale of Gravity Falls. They were like, what? What are you talking about? That's blasphemy! And well, the thing is, like, the show was great, but I just didn't like the ending. It just felt very rushed, and it just wasn't good. Like, I remember after watching the episode, I looked at IGN and it's just like, I wonder if these guys had the same thoughts as me and they thought the episode was really great. The only thing that they didn't like was the whole Zodiac thing where they're about to use on Bill's Cipher. That didn't go anywhere, which is true. All they did was just like show like which each character represented on it, but they didn't use it against them, so that was kind of pointless. But yeah, the ending to Gravity Falls was just, I don't know, it just, like, the second to last episode, the penultimate episode, like, it had a really great build up and a really great cliffhanger, though. It's just like when Dipper and Mabel go into the shack, and it's every single character that they've ever encountered throughout the first two seasons. And, you know, like, I remember, like, me and my buddy, we were, like, talking about this. It was just like, oh my god, what's the last episode going to be like? We were coming up with our own theories of what was going to happen, and just, like, just thinking about, like, how it was going to end, what it was going to reveal, or what answers, you know, that, you know, were going to be answered. Like, you know, like, maybe the origin of Bill's Cipher, or, like, what he really is, because they don't really give you a backstory about him, though. They're just like, oh, you know, he's the worst entity ever, and you know, he just came out of nowhere. They don't really tell you like how he became, who he is. And I was kind of hoping to get a little bit of that in the last episode. But yeah, the last episode wasn't good to me. I felt so unsatisfied with how it ended. And and yeah, you know, like I was saying, like me and a friend of mine, we came up with our own theories, and we also went on Reddit to like hear what other people had to say about how it would end. And I gotta say that a lot of people, what they came up with was definitely a lot better than what the episode was itself. And it was just like, oh man, that's true. You know, I wonder if that'll be in the episode. But no, it was just like, dude, your theory was way better than the episode. So yeah, that's what I felt. And I remember like there's another point where the creator himself, Alex Hirsch, he said that, you know, like, oh guys, just so you know, like one of the characters from the show is not gonna make it. They're gonna die. And so we were just thinking, it was like, oh, you know, maybe either Mabel or Dipper is gonna die, or maybe like I forgot their names though. The uncle though, the guy with the fez though, maybe he's gonna die. And then in the back of my mind, I just kind of was like, is he referring to Bill Cipher? Is that who he's referring to is gonna die? Because that would be kind of a cheap shot. I was like, of course this guy's gonna die. Maybe that's what he's referring to. And it was Bill Cipher who dies. So that was like, that's kind of a cheap trick. But yeah, that's what I thought. Gravity Falls, great show. Ending, not so great. I didn't like it. I really wish they would have done more with it, or at least added another part though, like just to give us like something more. So, ugh. But yes, just totally went off topic there. But that's something that I had to get off my mind, and something for you guys to chew on. I don't know. Maybe you guys saw Gravity Falls and liked the ending, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you thought exactly what I thought. But anyways, yes, this is where I'm going to end. I just wanted to make this video just to give you guys something, because I haven't posted videos in a while. I'm working on the Strong Bet series yet. I'm so glad that everybody loves that, because that series is actually freaking awesome. So I'm working on the next episode. You know, I'm trying to finish it, and once I finish it, I'm going to record the full thing, because just so I know, like, so I could solve the puzzles on my own, and then I'll be like, oh, alright, and then I'll just go through in one go and give you the walkthrough. Anyways, this is where I'm going to stop. Thank you guys again for watching. Leave a like, comment, and if you're new, subscribe. I'm definitely going to post more videos this Friday when God of War comes out, though. I'm not going to put a full walkthrough. I'm just going to put the main highlights, but definitely wait for that, because that's going to be really awesome. And it's on 420, so that's really cool. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching. Thanks for all the likes, everything that you guys done for me, and, you know, I'll be back with more soon. Bye-bye. And again, this thing doesn't turn off.